When the inspection is finished, we can go into the history and have a look at all the results. In here we have two ways. We can go up here in inspection, go down in inspection history, and have a look. Here we will have all the point keys, maintenance object and round net. It will be a big list. We can select it, each line, and depending on what information we have below it, we can select the buttons here. The same thing we can do from the Explore. So if you go back in here, Inspection, Explore. This is easier to look at. Here we can maximize the window. When I select my round, I get the same information as before. Just put on my color legend. In here I will be able to see if there is any document on it, work orders has been created from it, the history and the alarms. If I go in here and look at the history, for example here, I will be able to see all the readings that have been entered into the system, all the measurements in it, 1 and 2. If I double click on the alarm, I will be able to see if there has been any alarms on it. In this case I can see that there was an alarm the second time. The first measurement was the same, but the second one is not. And here I can see that the trend 2 has changed. I have a trend alarm. The difference is 1.8% different. If I do the same for the second one here, I can see here that I have a limit alarm and that I have a limit and a trend alarm. So here I can see that the first one is 7.4 and 6.3, which created a lower limit alarm, and the second one, the first one was, well, maybe forgotten, but it's 0, and the second measurement was 7.5. That create a trend alarm on a 100% between the two here, 7.4 and 0. On the trend alarm, the second one, we have a different on 19.05. If we go back here and we right click on it instead, we have the same information as before. We can here go down and select the Excel CM graph or the OO, Open Office Calculator. In this case I have Excel, so when I select Excel, it will generate a graph for me. Here we can take out the measurement 1 and 2. I can put in the dates and send it to Excel. The Excel will then create here a graph, a chart, and over time I will be able to see the trend over time. If I do the same for the first one here, so this is the way to go in and have a control over all the measurements, all the information that we put back into the system in the inspections.